Bright.
Nice kid. Peaceful.
Happiness.
Joyful. Brave.
Hopeful. Inspiring.
Jeremiah Vieira represents every single one of these words and more.
I remember Jeremiah's smile. He was always smiling. Even when he was having a bad day, I don't remember seeing a frown on his face. He always had a great smile, and he was the biggest Raiders fan I knew.
He passed like a true knight, with valor, and fought with every fiber of strength. Our beloved nurses here at Hank shared some spectacular qualities that Jeremiah held. It was a very emotional moment. Nonetheless, they wanted the world to know him like they did. They shared,
I learned that
Jeremiah was a strong, brave kid with a very kind heart. Everything he battled and struggled with, he still kept going strong, and he fought till the end.
I want to thank KnightVision for doing this for Jeremiah. We lost a knight who was very, very special to the kingdom. And, for me, Jeremiah, I remember first meeting him when I got here in August. And he was just a peaceful soul. I just remember he was so chill. For everything that he was going through, I just remember him as being like, wow, like this kid is incredibly strong and he's so peaceful. And so that's definitely one thing that I remember about him. I remember he read one of his raps. He was great. He was a great poet. He was a great artist. And he read one of his raps here in my office to me. And I was just really impressed with how well and how, what he wrote in there was truly from the heart.
Jeremiah brought light into every room he entered. No matter where he was smiling.
I remember seeing Jeremiah walk down the hall right before the end of the day, and he always had the biggest smile. He was always in such a good mood. I had the honor and privilege of having him in class for a little bit, and he allowed himself to be vulnerable and share the things that he had gone through so candidly. And I can't imagine such a young person going through so much pain and hardship emotionally and with their health. And he was such a sweetheart and such a kind and loving young man. So my experiences with him were absolutely precious and priceless.
He embodied the true knight spirit with his courage, nobility, honor, and especially generosity.
I met him in middle school. He was always wanted to be part of the school. He always liked to hang around the athletes. Even though his body wasn't as strong, he still had the mentality that he thought he was a big bad athlete. But he was a good guy. I don't know if you guys remember COVID. We had some kids come in that needed extra help at our school, and he was one of the guys, and I was there. So for 3 months, there was 5 teachers and 40 kids in person, face to face, and they were talking to their teachers online. But he was one of our students during that time, and it's a long day, so we do make some time for breaks. We played games and we played basketball and talked about things. And he was here. It was good to see him here. And he was always an outgoing person. He wanted to be part and wanted to be involved. And his body and his health kind of limited in some ways, but he still participated and was active as much as he could be. So he really enjoyed being around people and athletes and being a part of the school, being a belonging. It was a big deal to him.
Jeremiah was not afraid of taking leaps. Going out of his comfort zone seemed almost natural to him.
He was always laughing, having fun, always hanging out with the football team and stuff. That's mainly it.
Off the football part, before I had even saw him, I always saw him always alone, and I always came by and I always said what's up, how he's been, and he's always seemed cheerful. He always seemed very energetic.
We love you and we miss you, bro.
We love you, and I hope you're doing better now.
I don't really know the guy that well, but he did participate in speech and debate talent show. And the few moments that I did get to interact with him, he was very kind and he cared about the people that he loved. And he was a really funny guy as well. He would always share his story about what he was going through. He never let him stop. That never let him stop him from doing what he wants to do. And he was a really strong-minded soul. And I'm happy that he's resting easy now and that he's safe up in heaven.
Earlier this morning, balloons were released in his honor. The emotional memorial serves as a remembrance of who he was, and the tree planted in his name represents the knight that will always be in him. As we close, let's honor Jeremiah with a moment of silence, remembering the knight he was.